I've had. Cool, we're live now, so
Okay.
let's.
Did they get your name?
Alright. No. Thank goodness.
Probably for the best.
My image came in. Oh, I forgot to get my coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so this.
Dance for them?
Yeah, well, until I come back. I'm interpretive. There we go.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's backward. That's okay. We're forward. This is the no spin zone.
No spin zone?
Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna go order coffee.
Leave me with the people.
Hey, welcome to Coffee with ThreeCo. I have to go tie my shoe. I'm gonna have to get coffee, but I guess you can just talk to the people on live for a little bit and tell them you can practice. You
Tell
can
them a
practice.
joke.
You can practice your pitch. Yeah. We got
Tell them a joke.
like 2 minutes before we go live. Or you can tell them a joke.
I'm not very funny. I don't have many. Good morning, friends. Good morning. If you guys are watching live, let us know who you are. I'm making friends over here. I'm telling them if they're watching live, let us know who they are.
Yes.
If you're not watching live, comment hashtag replay.
Good stuff.
Let us know who you are. Do you want me to start that one, or are we waiting?
Yes, we can start that one right now, and I'm getting okay.
Perfect.
Oh, someone just called me. Probably someone asking about my car insurance or something.
Always. Just tell people when they walk by, they have to say hello to the camera.
Requirement.
Yes. Password.
Okay. Welcome to Coffee with ThreeCo. I almost said that. Welcome to Coffee with ThreeCo, a podcast that shares the stories of Tucson's most interesting people and their local businesses. And I'm Jamain, the founder of Imperium Partners, a small business support organization that believes anyone can monetize their passion. And vital to business success is networking with. It's actually having a growing network of experts. But networking is generally time-consuming and inconsistent. If small business owners had a service that introduced them to personalized business connections based on their business needs and their preferred days, times, and locations to meet, then networking would be effortless. So Imperium Partners provides that service. It's called Introduction Networking. If you're interested in a 5-minute info session, send me an email or a message, however you're receiving this.
Yes. And hello, I'm Kelsey with KelseyFarley.com. If you are a local business and you are looking in the Tucson area, looking for more visibility to your business on social media, then I would love to chat with you. I'm also a mom to two, and so we love finding new places around town to take our family. And it's not hard, there are so many businesses out there, but coming up with new places to visit that we haven't been to before. So if you are looking for ways to get your business name out there, then I would love to connect. You can visit KelseyFarley.com, shoot me an email, and I would love to chat.
Right on. So on this episode, so normally we have guests on the show. We want to talk about other people's stories. In this episode 6, we're going to talk about ourselves, and you're going to get to know us, and we're going to get to know us, and maybe we'll get to know ourselves
Yes.
as well. So it's going to be fun. Actually, I'm going to turn on one thing because we're going to have a conversation.
Cool, it's conversation time.
Yeah,
All right.
we're having a conversation. Are we still looking? Yeah, I can actually go. There you go. And we're still on there. Okay, cool. We're good. Okay, great. All right, awesome. Yeah. Chill. All right, cool.
Cool.
Okay, for you all on Anchor and iTunes and Spotify and all other platforms where you want to find Coffee with ThreeCo. We were just adjusting our seats so that we can actually look at each other instead of just look at the camera. So we would normally have the guest on and we'd ask them various questions. And so I guess I'll start with one question, and that's, where am I from, and like how I get to where I am right now. Thanks so much. Margie Baker, you want to come say hi to everyone? The owner of Big Heart Coffee, where we are right
Yes,
now.
we are at Big Heart Coffee.
I just got a dirty hot chocolate. It's amazing.
Ooh, that's good.
Yes, yeah, dirty hot chocolate.
Did you decide what to name your mug?
Yeah, not yet. So we got some good, so this mug is really cool. So we got to show this mug now. All right, all this has to happen. Sorry, those of you on Anchor, but you don't get to see this. You're going to have to watch on Spotify. Okay, so this mug has been a favorite of the Big Heart Coffee and my social media since last Halloween, actually. So I decided to do a campaign and ask you what to name it. And I've gotten some good names, and actually my favorite one is Poseidon. That is my favorite one. That came from Kelsey. There are some other ones. I don't want to, comment on them, but everyone isn't as creative.
He looks like he's got waves on the bottom. He looks like he.
And I like the color. The color of it is like a Poseidon. His face. It's like
he's holding his face
that.
up though. Like, what have I gotten myself into?
Yeah, he's like, why am I here? This came off the back of a truck, by the way, 2 weeks before Halloween.
Oh wow.
Margie's driving, and there's just some guy on the corner selling a bunch of stuff.
Oh, I thought you meant like it fell off. I was like, what is it made of? It just fell off the back of a truck. That's cool though.
Got bought off the back of a truck. So
That's awesome. I don't know how many mugs I have in my collection. I got rid, I think, of 15 lately, so I have a problem. But that's fine, it's besides the point. We're not here to talk about my mug collection. It's fine.
Actually, we are here to talk about your
Okay.
mug collection. It's like we're talking about. So where am I from? I think that's where I was.
Yes.
Right? Where I'm from. So I'm from Jersey.
Okay.
New Jersey, grew up there, Patterson, New Jersey, like 15, 20 minutes from New York, and really had so as far as business is concerned, when I was 14, 15, well basically it was hot, it's the end of the school year, I was like, I want some water. I go to get some water, and I was like, I wish it was lemonade. Like, I wish I could just drink lemonade right now. I think other people probably want some lemonade. So, that day, I went out, I bought cups, and I bought a quart of lemonade.
How old were you?
And I asked, I was 14, or 15 at the time.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
So, I buy a quart of lemonade, I take it to school, I ask my principal if I can sell soda, if I can sell it. They're like, yeah, at the end of the day. So because our last period happened to be a free period.
Okay.
Everybody had one free period, ours happened to be last. So like, yeah, you can sell it free period, so it was at the end of the day. I was like, okay, cool. Sold it for a quarter a cup. That was my first stint into business. And it was just literally, it just came to me to do all of those things, and I just did them.
That's like having a lemonade stand.
Yes, 100%.
But like an older version.
Yeah.
And it costing more.
It's actually the upgrade.
It
So
is.
when you're like 5 to 12, you got the lemonade stand. You're outside of your house. You want to make sure your parents are there, making sure you're not ripping people off, right?
Yeah.
And then I graduated to the high school version, where now they're paying for a couple. We went from that to sodas. So I got a business partner. We moved into sodas, and we sold out every day for about 3 months. We get to our final day when I'm walking into the lunchroom with my soda. So my school was started by NASA, my high school, and we were the first class there. So we were always seniors. So now we're seniors in the school. We're the first seniors, and we get to do whatever we want. Anyways, this is our first year as seniors in this building. Why I said that. And this building had an observatory instead of a cafeteria. So we use the college's cafeteria. So we go over to the college, we'd put out all the sodas, right? Sell to everyone, and then sell to the college students, sell to everyone. Oh no, you can walk through.
Marty, you can walk through.
It makes for an
It's
exciting podcast.
That was parkour that you did. Though.
Yeah, right. We just
Nicely
saw some
done.
front flipping. Actually, I have a video that I haven't released yet. I will show you. She's actually doing some parkour on that. Okay, so one day I'm in the hallway and I'm going to go across the street. And one of the underclassmen sees me, they never get to buy soda from us, right? And he's like, hey man, can I have one? I was like, absolutely.
You come in front of me, just
Yes. He's like, yeah, you can. I'm like, yeah, you can have one. So I open the case, I get up, it's 2 more people, so I sell to them 2. I go, it's 8 more people. Before I know it, I've sold almost half my inventory of the house. And then security comes and has to kick everybody out and all this stuff, right? So I go to the front. I make sure I keep if we have set customers who buy 3, 4, whatever, we make sure we keep those and everything else we sell. So I brought it over there. Everybody's like, "Oh, look at this!" There were all these empty boxes. So that was fun. Well, little did I know that was the last time that we would sell, because at the time, for about a month, the college had been complaining to our school because the cafeteria and the vending machine companies were complaining to the college that they were selling less because we were selling soda for everyone.
Okay.
So our principal was able to say, no, there's kids doing something. We're going to stop them from doing this. But this was the last straw because so many people were late for class. It was a huge disruption in the hallway and all that. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. So I was there for 15 or 20 minutes just selling soda. So yeah, people were really late for class just to get soda. So that was that. Then I went from there to, this was my first encounter with the man and reality. And so I went from there to starting a modeling agency, which was pretty fun. And we learned that anyone who wants to be a model will say yes because you're telling them that they're gorgeous and you want to. So we have models, right? Now we need business partners so that we can display these models somewhere. The last 16-year-olds going around, with suits and ties, we're trying to make these deals. We're like, no thanks. So I went to try to do stuff on my own. And long story short, lots of things, but I wound up going into the Air Force.
Okay.
I'm trying to just cut the story short because I've really been going on here. But I've tried a couple of business ideas. Went off to college in between. Was also learning about the world and purpose, life, why I'm here, what things mean, what does my day mean, what happens, how do I make my most healthy self, how do I life, how do I do this life thing? And because most people just, there was no one around me who was like, I want to be like this person.
Right.
I still haven't found someone yet. I was like, oh, I'd love to be like this person, but everyone has a characteristic or two that I like that I want to take on. Like, okay, how do I get that from that person?
Right.
Okay. But yeah, fast forward, I joined the Air Force. That's how I got here to Tucson. Left the Air Force, started a social media marketing company. That's how I built a network of business owners. And then from there, started a networking company. And from there, started an intern company. Then stopped the intern company. Relaunched a networking company that is bringing out partners. And out of my experience, also, or rather, out of the opportunities that existed with the people around me, was born ThreeCo, the co-working concept that this podcast comes from.
Wow.
That's that.
You gotta look into your soul.
That is a little glimpse there. A little glimpse.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So who is Kelsey? Well, I am a mom and a wife, and I stay home with my daughter is in 2nd grade, so she's finally back in school full time. And my son is 5, so he's home with me right now until the fall. I can smell the freedom. I love my children, but having them both in school, I don't even know what I'm going to do with myself. I'm excited to see what it's going to bring. But yeah, so we relocated from Reno, Nevada about 2.5 years ago for my husband's job, and he is in finance. And so I have a big background in direct sales. I did it for many years. I think I was with like 6 or 7 different companies because it's not for me, and I never really realized that, and I just kept trying with new ones, and I'm just not.
Okay, so what did you do?
I started with Mary Kay. That was my very first one. And then I bounced around I did Beachbody. My most recent one was Arbonne. I did Scentsy. I think I've pretty much done them all.
Right. I've done Primerica.
Okay.
Amway, and some other cologne.
My mom did Amway, and you know what? It's an amazing opportunity for people that know how to do it and are good at it.
Correct. 100%.
For me, it's not so much. So I will support you and everything,
but buy your product.
Right, absolutely. But sales for me is not. I don't want to have to sell a product to help somebody out. That's just. So I decided to try blogging, and once again I stopped and started after a few months of each of them because I didn't know what to write about and I didn't know what my passion was and everything. And finally in 2019, we'd been here for a year. I wanted something that was my own, that I just was all me, because I put so much heart and soul into my family, and I needed something that was for me to give myself just something, an outlet. And I started my blog Kisses and Caffeine in 2019, and I blogged about everything from motherhood, cleaning, organizing, everything. And I loved it, but then when quarantine hit, I just lost my passion for it. I was not happy. It was starting to feel like an obligation, and so I stopped to give myself about a 6-month hiatus. I was talking to my blog designer. She's one of my best friends now, and about 3 months ago I said, all right, hear me out. I love to blog, but I don't enjoy what I'm blogging about. And I want to do it, but I don't feel like Kisses and Caffeine is something that's part of me anymore. So we completely rebranded, scrapped the name, came up with KelseyFarley.com, so that I could really just write about just KelseyFarley.com.
Okay.
And now I can write about anything. I don't have to be stuck to one thing. Because Kisses and Caffeine was a motherhood blog, and that's what that name resonated with. But now I've completely shifted gears to writing about local businesses and places to visit in Tucson, and ways to spend time with your family. And I recently completed the 75 Hard Challenge, and so I've got health topics in there as well, and ways to be healthy with your family and things like that. So
this is 75
Hard Challenge.
75 Hard Challenge.
If you have not heard about it, it is 75. It is hard. It's 75 days of 2 workouts a day. You have to drink a gallon of water every day. You have to take a progress picture every day. You have to read 10 pages of a book every day. And it's hard. And I completed it. I didn't quit, which...
Right on. Congratulations.
Thank you. That is, that's not usual for me. Even my husband, I love him, but he was expecting me to fail because I always do. I will start something and I will quit every single time. And I was on the last workout. I was just on the last workout, and I kept telling myself, well, it's not over yet, because I could fall off this treadmill and break my leg before it's over. But I could not believe that I had actually finished it. And then it's funny, the 2 weeks after it, I've been in like a funk, not knowing what to do with myself, because I was going so hard for 75 days consistently and then just stop altogether. So trying to find the balance of what I want to do health-wise again. I know I'm going to start the challenge again in August, so I'm going to do it again in August. But until then, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do. So,
awesome. Very cool.
But that is me. That is me. My favorite color is pink. I love coffee. Yes.
Right on. So cool MLM story.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I love business, right? I'm like 18 or 19 years old. I'm helping my grandmother out. She has 3 foster kids. And so I'm helping her, and I get a phone call. It's from my cousin. And he's like, the person's like, hey, do so-and-so there? And I was like, here. I'm like, are you interested in the business opportunity? Absolutely.
Sign me up.
I wound up going, and the first book that I read outside of high school was Think and Grow Rich, because not Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Okay.
Because of that. And Rich Dad Poor Dad spoke about the different mindset between, basically different mindsets. Terrific book. Excuse me. and it opened my mind to like why I see the world the way I see it as an entrepreneur. And so I went down the journey of book reading from there. Now, I went hard on reading. I read consistently for years and years and years. I mean, 3, 4, 5 books a week. Like I was a reader. That was the thing I did. I love learning. I love consuming information. In general, I think I just love consuming information. Yeah, learning in general. And just like you were saying, like that slowdown. So I had to cut a bunch of things off intentionally to focus where I was going 2 years ago. And that was one thing I realized how much time I spent watching YouTube videos, listening to podcasts, listening to better audiobooks. I'm listening to podcasts, listening to audiobooks, listening to people talk, just learning, just absorbing information. It was like 40 to 50 hours per week that I just spent absorbing information. And I was like, damn, if I cut all that down, that really leaves a lot of time to do other things. And then I realized I was doing it in between times. So if I'm working out, I'm listening to a book. Or if I'm doing my morning routine, I'm listening to a podcast, something like that. So I started seeing like how things layered in my life, and it's really helped me come to the present and be able to like watch the podcast and do like different things. Yeah, so I guess that's a bit about me. Yeah. We connected. We think we met at Stacey Fowler's event. Yeah, we met at Stacey Fowler's.
We're 98% sure.
Which is Tucson Business Networking, which is, I meant to tell you.
Yes.
So I was supposed to go to the last one.
Okay.
But I didn't make it.
Right.
So she hit me up and she's like, hey, I didn't see it at the last one, so the next one's on us. I was like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be there. But I was planning on being there anyway, but it's awesome. That's how awesome Stacey is. She reaches out to you because you didn't come to the event you registered for.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think I'll definitely be going to the next one. I'll have my cards.
Yeah. Should I have cards back there? I guess I could have cards back there. I wasn't thinking about it. I was like cards in like a couple of months or something like that. I'm really trying to get the goal is to like get this podcast off the ground, build the audience, get the structure going. We had the Kelsey said it in our software development meeting the other day, so getting those things organized is pretty fun, pretty awesome.
Yes.
So yeah, so I'm excited for the podcast. So now, what do we see? Where do we see the podcast going? So?
I definitely see us meeting a ton of business owners in town and really trying to get a feel for what the local feel is.
The local thoughts, like the local culture, where people are
absolutely.
thinking about how they're feeling about the
Yeah,
world.
absolutely. Because no matter where you go, there's going to be a local aspect. Every single one is going to be different. So it's really, and I'm sure a lot of them are going to have the same thoughts and such. But I'm excited to get to know more local businesses.
That's my favorite part of the podcast. I mean, I believe networking solves 100% of your entrepreneur's problems. So, without a doubt, every day new people know I exist. I need to know new people exist. I need to connect. And this podcast is a way to even connect with people who I've known for a long time, who I have no idea when I started learning about them. But I know that they're awesome. I know that I've wanted to meet with them. There's just so many people, and you really just, and you want to meet with everyone, and you just cannot. This podcast is really a way to do that, to bring people together.
Absolutely.
Have a really deep, awesome conversation.
Yeah.
So I look forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Was there anything you want to pass on to the people?
Well, we record and put episodes out every week, so definitely if you are interested in knowing who the next speaker is, I would definitely head on over to
anchor.fm/ThreeCo, ThreeCo. And you'll have a list there. Oh, actually, you can go to ThreeCo at ThreeCo_, THRECO_, and there we'll have, we'll be posting our schedule, we'll be posting who's going to be on the show, our Facebook page as well. You can see us on Facebook. We're going to catch you on your social media.
Yes.
And then you can see when Kelsey posts it from her social media.
Absolutely. And mine is Kelsey C. Farley, at Kelsey C. Farley. And you can come along as I visit local businesses as well. And if you want to check out the blog, it's kelseyfarley.com.
Why not? And so I'm very excited. So we're going to wrap this episode up. I kind of wanted a new location new sounds,
Yeah.
new places.
This backdrop is nice.
Yeah, I did like. So this is from a local artist. So
Yeah.
just so you know, before we wrap up, like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, Kelsey has to go. She has some things she needs to get done that are important. By a local artist, and it's for sale, and all the art in here is for sale, and there are about 20 to 30 different artists who all have art in here for sale. So you're getting different perspective of Tucson, different views on local artists. There's local handmade items. So definitely stop in the Big Heart Coffee, grab a dirty hot chocolate. That's one of my favorites. I forgot I was supposed to get the 17th century. I forgot.
Oh, that's what you said you were
I'm gonna get that.
I normally get a lavender oat milk latte. It's the best, one of the best ones in town that I've had so far. So, but they've got all kinds of options for you. Today I had a London fog latte with orange tea.
That's awesome. I had London fog with Mandarin. Right?
Fancy.
Last week. It was my first time having it. I didn't know that London fog existed.
Yeah.
Actually, Margie's daughter, Nina, made it. She actually designed it. She's an amazing drink. I was like, man, we need to market that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, this was awesome. I hope you guys know us a little bit. If you want to be on the podcast, let us know, and we'll be glad to schedule you. I think we're open in September or October of 2023. So just look in your calendar, and if that month works for you, you hit us up. Okay?
We're completely full up until then.
All
So.
right. But thanks so much for joining us on Anchor everywhere, and stay tuned. Stay tuned for next week. When we get guests, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
All right. Later, Tucson.
Thank you. Oh, 2023.
Made it.